Gathered and close, my friends, my brothers, my sisters in faith, we talk about life, right? We talk about wanting more, striving for better, asking for blessings. We chase the visible, the tangible, the things we can touch and count. We make our plans, we hustle, we grind. And that's all good, that's part of the journey. But what if I told you there's a key, a profound secret, a master unlock for blessings you haven't even dreamed of? Blessings that are unseen, unheard, unfelt, yet are waiting to cascade into your life like a torrential rain on parched earth. We're not talking about some obscure ritual, some complex formula known only to a select few. No, this is something so simple, so accessible, so utterly beautiful, it beggars belief how we often overlook it. We're talking about Salah Ala Annabi, sending blessings upon the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Now, pause. Don't just hear the words, I feel them. This isn't just an act of obedience, though it is that. This isn't just a sign of respect, though it is profoundly that too. This is a direct, undeniable channel to divine favor. When you utter Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad, when you consciously, lovingly send peace and blessings upon the best of creation, what exactly are you doing? You are engaging in an act that Allah Himself does. Think about that for a moment. The Creator of the heavens and the earth, the Lord of all dominion, sends His blessings upon His beloved Prophet. And He commands us to do the same. When you align your will, your tongue, your heart with this divine command, you are stepping into a sacred current. You are participating in an act that brings you closer to the divine presence. And what happens when you draw closer to the divine? Does He turn you away? Does He withhold? Never. When you send blessings upon the Prophet, Allah sends blessings upon you, not just 10 blessings as the Hadith mentions, but blessings that multiply, blessings that unfold in ways you cannot possibly foresee. This isn't a mere transaction, it's an outpouring of divine generosity. So how does this unlock the unseen? Because the unseen is where the real magic happens. You're working hard for your rizq, right? You're making du'as for health, for peace, for your children. But there are blockages you don't even know exist. There are obstacles in your path that you can't see with your physical eyes. There are doors you don't even know need opening. Salah Ala Annabi is the universal key to these unseen doors. It's a cleanser for your heart. It purifies your intentions. It removes the rust of heedlessness from your soul. When your heart is pure, when your connection is strong, blessings flow effortlessly. It's like clearing the debris from a river. Once the path is clear, the water rushes unimpeded. This is the unseen blessing of spiritual purification that then manifests in your worldly affairs. Consider the removal of worries, the alleviation of distress. How many times do we carry heavy burdens, anxieties that plague our minds day and night? The constant recitation of Salah Ala Annabi is a balm for the troubled soul. It is a source of profound tranquility. That peace, that inner calm, that's an unseen blessing. It's not a new car, but it's far more valuable. It's a state of being that allows you to think clearly, to act with wisdom, and to approach life's challenges with a steady heart. And often, it is this inner peace that leads to the solutions to your outward problems, solutions that appear from unforeseen directions. It brings acceptance for your du'as. How many times do we raise our hands in supplication, hoping, yearning, sometimes doubting? The Prophet is the means through which our prayers reach Allah. When you proceed your du'as with Salah Ala Annabi, it's like presenting your request with the highest recommendation. It opens the channels. It ensures your voice is heard, and not just heard, but responded to with immense generosity. This is the unseen blessing of acceptance, a direct link to the answer you seek. Even if the answer comes in a form you didn't expect, it attracts angels. The angels themselves send blessings upon those who send blessings upon the Prophet. Imagine celestial beings making supplication for you. What unseen good can they usher into your life? What protections can they invoke? What guidance can they subtly provide? This is a realm beyond our comprehension, but the promise is clear. So this isn't just a recommendation, it's an invitation to a deeper, more blessed existence. Make Salah Ala Annabi a constant companion. On your commute, while you're cooking, before you sleep, as you wake up. Let it be a whisper on your tongue, a beat in your heart. Watch, just watch, and witness how the unseen blessings, the ones you never even knew to ask for, begin to unfold in your life. Let's zero in on the absolute bedrock of this powerful practice of direct divine alignment. Sending blessings upon the Prophet is an act Allah Himself performs and commands. This isn't just a point of theological interest. It's the very foundation of its profound efficacy. Understanding this truth elevates the act of saying Allahumma salli ala Muhammad from a mere ritualistic utterance to a conscious, deliberate participation in a sacred cosmic activity. Consider the immense majesty and perfection of Allah, the creator of all that exists, the sustainer of the heavens and the earth. His attributes are beyond our full comprehension, His power absolute, His wisdom infinite. Yet, despite His utter self-sufficiency, His boundless glory, He Himself, in His infinite wisdom and love, sends blessings upon His beloved Prophet, Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. The Quran itself testifies to this. Indeed, Allah confers blessing upon the Prophet, and His angels ask Him to do so. O you who have believed, ask Allah to confer blessing upon him and ask Allah to grant him peace. Quran 33:6. This verse is a profound revelation. It tells us that before any human being, before any jinn, before any creation, Allah Himself initiates this act of sending blessings. And then His angels, beings of light and obedience, follow suit, constantly invoking blessings upon the Prophet. And then, only then, are we as believers commanded to join this divine chorus. When you utter Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad, you are not just saying a phrase, you are consciously stepping into an act that originates from the divine. You are aligning your will, your intention, and your very tongue with the action of Allah Himself. It's like being invited to participate in a sacred dance, a cosmic symphony where the conductor is the Lord of the worlds. This alignment is not merely symbolic, it's transformative. What does it mean to align with Allah's actions? It means that you are operating in harmony with divine decree and divine love. It means that you are engaging in an act that is inherently pure, inherently blessed, and inherently pleasing to your Creator. When you choose to do something that Allah Himself does and commands, you are moving closer to His divine pleasure, to His immense generosity, and to His boundless mercy. This direct divine alignment has immediate implications for your spiritual state. It cleanses your intentions. It purifies your heart. It elevates your status. When you are focused on sending blessings upon the Prophet, your mind is diverted from worldly distractions, from negative thoughts, from envy, from worries. You are engaged in an act of pure devotion, an act of honoring the one through whom Allah sent His final message and greatest mercy to humanity. This focus, this alignment, creates an inner state of tranquility and spiritual upliftment that is a blessing in itself. Furthermore, this alignment directly links you to the Prophet, who is the recipient of these blessings. He is the means through whom we understand Islam, through whom we receive the Quran, and through whom we learn how to worship Allah. By sending blessings upon Him, you are strengthening your bond with Him, increasing His intercession for you, and drawing closer to His blessed company in this life and the hereafter. This connection is another profound, often unseen blessing that emanates from this direct divine alignment. So when you engage in Salah Ala Annabi, remember that you are doing something far more significant than just reciting a supplication. You are participating in a divine act, aligning yourself with the very will and action of Allah. This conscious alignment is the master key, the foundational principle that unlocks every subsequent blessing, every spiritual opening, and every form of provision that flows from this profound practice. It's the ultimate act of drawing near to the divine, and in that proximity lies an ocean of untold blessings. Let's unpack the second pivotal keynote, Kizen, unseen blockage removal. It clears hidden obstacles and opens unforeseen doors to blessings. This is where the profound power of Salah Ala Annabi moves beyond spiritual elevation and actively impacts the tangible and often perplexing challenges of your daily life. We often face situations where, despite our best efforts, things just don't seem to go right. Doors remain stubbornly shut, opportunities elude us, and progress feels sluggish, if not outright blocked. We scratch our heads, analyze our strategies, and wonder what we're doing wrong. The answer often lies in the unseen. Imagine your life's path as a flowing river. Ideally, it should move smoothly, carrying you towards your goals and aspirations. But sometimes unseen debris, submerged rocks, or hidden dams can obstruct the flow. These are the unseen blockages, spiritual impurities, unacknowledged sins, past grievances, negative energies, or even just a lack of divine facilitation. We can't see them, but we feel their effects: stagnation, frustration, delay, and a sense of being perpetually held back. This is precisely where the profound purifying power of sending blessings upon the Prophet comes into play. Each time you utter Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, it acts as a spiritual cleanser, a gentle but powerful current that chips away at these unseen obstructions. It's like a divine broom sweeping away the spiritual dust and cobwebs that accumulate over time, often without our conscious awareness. These blockages might be the result of sins, even minor ones we've forgotten, or a lack of proper adab etiquette in our dealings, or perhaps subtle forms of arrogance or heedlessness. Salah Ala Annabi, infused with divine light and mercy, targets these unseen impurities, allowing the path to clear. When these blockages are removed, the impact is immediately felt in the opening of unforeseen doors. These aren't doors you were looking for or even knew existed. They are opportunities that seemingly appear out of nowhere. An unexpected phone call, a chance meeting that leads to a breakthrough, a sudden inspiration for a solution to a long-standing problem, a surprising shift in circumstances that works in your favor. These are the direct manifestations of the unseen path being cleared. Consider a person struggling financially despite working hard. They might be dealing with an unseen blockage. Consistent Salah Ala Annabi might not immediately drop money into their lap, but it could lead to an unexpected job offer, a new skill learned that opens up a lucrative path, or even a sudden blessing in their existing income that makes it stretch further. The door that opens isn't always the one we envision, but it is the one divinely destined to benefit us most. Similarly, someone seeking healing from an illness might find that sending blessings upon the Prophet not only brings inner peace, but also leads them to the right doctor, the correct medication, or a unique natural remedy that brings relief. The blessing isn't just a cure, but the unseen path to that cure being illuminated. This removal of blockages also extends to relationships. Hidden misunderstandings, long-held grudges, even unconscious ones, or a lack of communication can create barriers between people. Constant Salah Ala Annabi can soften hearts, inspire forgiveness, and create openings for reconciliation and renewed harmony. The unseen blessing here is the restoration of connection and peace, often through means that seem entirely serendipitous. The transformative power lies in its spiritual nature. Unlike our limited human efforts to solve problems, which often address only the symptoms, Salah Ala Annabi works at the root cause. It purifies the soul, aligns the intention, and appeals directly to the ultimate source of all good. By engaging in this blessed practice, you are essentially asking for divine intervention to smooth your path, to remove what hinders you, and to open the gates to blessings that you, in your limited perception, could never have orchestrated. It is a profound act of trust and surrender, allowing the unseen hand of divine grace to clear your way forward. Let's turn our attention to the third profound keynote, heart purification. Salah Ala Annabi cleanses the heart, leading to effortless flow of blessings. This isn't just about external actions, it's about a deep, internal alchemy that transforms the very vessel of your being. Our hearts, over time, can accumulate layers of dust, rust, and even hardened impurities. These aren't always grave sins, but often the subtle ailments that plague the human condition: envy, resentment, avarice, worry, heedlessness, and a general disconnection from the divine. These internal states act like spiritual blockages, not just preventing blessings from entering, but also distorting our perception of the blessings already present. Imagine your heart as a clear, pristine spring. If it's pure, water flows freely, untainted, nourishing everything around it. But if that spring becomes muddled with debris, stirred up with sediment, its flow is impeded, and its water becomes undrinkable. Similarly, A heart burdened by spiritual impurity struggles to receive and appreciate the divine light and blessings that constantly surround us. It becomes agitated, restless, prone to negativity, and less capable of genuine connection and gratitude. The continuous conscious recitation of Salah Ala Annabi acts as a powerful, yet gentle, purifier for the heart. Each blessing sent upon the Prophet is like a drop of pure, cleansing water, systematically washing away the accumulated impurities. How does this purification occur? Firstly, it diverts the heart from negative preoccupations. When your tongue is engaged in sending blessings upon the Prophet, your mind, even momentarily, is drawn away from thoughts of worry, anger, jealousy, or materialism. This consistent shift in focus, repeated thousands of times, slowly but surely retunes your internal dialogue. It's like changing the default channel on a radio from static and noise to a clear, melodious frequency. Secondly, it infuses the heart with love for the Prophet. This love is not merely emotional, it's a spiritual connection that fosters humility, obedience, and a desire to emulate his noble character. A heart filled with such love becomes softer, more compassionate, and more receptive to divine mercy. This love displaces negative emotions. For example, it's difficult to genuinely send blessings upon the Prophet while simultaneously harboring deep resentment towards someone. The purity of the act naturally nudges the heart towards better states. Thirdly, it brings a profound sense of peace and tranquility. The Prophet Muhammad is a mercy to all creation. When you connect with the source of mercy, a portion of that mercy, of that sakinah's tranquility, permeates your own heart. This inner calm is a direct sign of purification. A peaceful heart is less prone to agitation, less affected by external turmoil, and more capable of seeing divine wisdom in all circumstances. This peace is an unseen blessing in itself, often more valuable than any material gain. When the heart is thus purified, blessings begin to flow with remarkable ease. Why? Because a pure heart is an open heart. It's a heart that trusts, that accepts, that is truly grateful. It is no longer generating internal resistance or creating blockages. The veil between the individual and the divine flow of rizq becomes thinner. What once felt like a struggle now feels effortless. Opportunities appear more naturally, relationships improve organically, and a general sense of ease pervades your life. This purification isn't about achieving perfection, but about continuous refinement. Each act of Salah Ala Annabi polishes the heart, bringing it closer to its natural, pure state. This internal cleanliness allows you to perceive and receive the blessings that are constantly around you, blessings that might have been obscured by the heart's previous impurities. It's a holistic transformation where the spiritual purification within leads directly to a more abundant and harmonious life without. The effortless flow of blessings is simply the outward manifestation of an inner heart that has been polished by constant remembrance and reverence for the beloved of Allah. Let's explore the fourth critical key, alleviation of worries. It brings profound inner peace and tranquility, resolving anxieties from within. In our modern world, anxiety and worry have become almost epidemic. We carry heavy burdens of concern about finances, health, relationships, the future, and a myriad of unknowns. These worries are not just fleeting thoughts. They can consume us, draining our energy, impairing our judgment, and robbing us of joy and presence in the moment. They are like constant, low-grade infections that silently erode our well-being. Often, we seek external solutions for internal anxieties, distractions, endless pursuit of material gain, or attempts to control every variable in our lives. But true, lasting peace comes from within, and this is precisely what the consistent practice of Salah Ala Annabi offers. When you engage in sending blessings upon the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, you are consciously shifting your focus from the chaotic, uncertain external world to a point of spiritual light and certainty. Your attention is drawn to the Prophet who is a mercy to all creation, a source of peace, and a beloved servant of Allah. This shift in focus is incredibly powerful. It acts as a spiritual anchor, tethering your restless mind to something stable and pure. Consider the psychological and spiritual mechanism at play. When your mind is consumed by worry, it tends to loop endlessly on problems, hypothetical scenarios, and worst-case outcomes. This creates a state of internal agitation. Reciting Salah Ala Annabi breaks this loop. It replaces the anxious thoughts with a blessed remembrance, a specific, divinely sanctioned utterance. This consistent replacement gradually retrains your mind to find solace and focus in a sacred space. Furthermore, the very act of sending blessings is an act of love and reverence. Love, by its nature, is expansive and comforting. When your heart is engaged in love for the Prophet, it softens, it opens, and it finds a profound sense of connection. This connection is a direct conduit to divine tranquility. Sakana, Allah sends down His peace upon those who remember Him and His beloved messengers. This inner peace is not dependent on external circumstances. It is an internal state of calm that resides within you, regardless of the storms raging outside. This inner peace is the precursor to resolving anxieties from within. When your mind is clear and your heart is tranquil, you are better equipped to face challenges. Problems that once seemed insurmountable now appear less daunting. You gain clarity of thought, allowing you to identify practical solutions where before you only saw dead ends. Decisions are made with greater wisdom, not out of panic or fear. This doesn't mean problems disappear, but your capacity to handle them increases exponentially. The worry itself diminishes because your internal landscape has changed. This alleviation of worry is a profound unseen blessing. It's not a material gain, but it's arguably more valuable. Imagine living each day with less internal turmoil, less rumination, and more present moment awareness. This allows you to truly enjoy your life, to connect more deeply with others, and to approach your responsibilities with a calm and confident demeanor. It frees up immense mental and emotional energy that was previously consumed by anxiety, redirecting it towards productivity, creativity, and spiritual growth. Many have testified that in moments of extreme distress, simply focusing on Salah Ala Annabi brought an immediate wave of calm, a sense of divine presence, and a clear path forward that emerged from the stillness. It is a direct spiritual sedative prescribed by the divine that addresses the root cause of internal agitation. The constant, loving remembrance of the Prophet becomes a sanctuary for your soul, dissolving worries and replacing them with a deep, abiding peace that emanates from within, radiating outward to transform your entire experience of life. Let's now unpack the fifth profound keynote, as dua, acceptance. It enhances the acceptance and responsiveness of your supplications. For many of us, dua, supplication, prayer, calling upon Allah is the very lifeline of our spiritual existence. We pour out our hearts, our hopes, our fears, and our needs to our Creator, seeking His help and intervention. Yet, sometimes we wonder if our du'as are truly heard, if they are accepted, or if they are simply lost in the vastness of existence. This keynote reveals a powerful means to ensure your voice is not only heard, but is met with immense divine generosity. The Prophet Muhammad is the ultimate intercessor, the blessed means through whom Allah conveyed His message to humanity. He is the dearest of creation to Allah. When you begin or conclude your supplications by sending blessings upon Him, you are, in essence, presenting your request through the most beloved and honored channel. It's akin to sending a letter to a king through his most cherished and trusted advisor. It is far more likely to receive immediate attention and favorable consideration. The wisdom behind this lies in the divine protocol. When you send blessings upon the Prophet, Allah immediately sends blessings upon you. This divine response is a powerful purification and elevation of your state. It means that when you then raise your hands in dua, you are doing so from a state of heightened purity, increased divine favor, and a deeper connection to the source of all blessings. Your supplication is therefore more potent, more sincere, and more readily accepted. Consider the narrations and teachings of the Prophet himself, who taught us to begin our du'as with praise of Allah and then Salah Ala Annabi and to conclude with the same. He said, every supplication is veiled until one sends blessings upon the Prophet. This profound statement reveals the crucial role of Salah Ala Annabi as a key that unlocks the veil between your supplication and its acceptance. Without it, your dua may hover, waiting for the necessary spiritual endorsement. With it, the path is cleared and your words ascend with grace and speed. This enhancement of acceptance is not merely about getting exactly what you ask for. It's about ensuring that your supplications are met with the most beneficial response from Allah. Sometimes what we ask for is not truly what is best for us, or the timing is not right. In such cases, the acceptance might manifest in a different form, a better alternative, protection from a hidden harm, or a reward saved for the hereafter. The enhancement through Salah Ala Annabi ensures that whatever the divine response, it is always imbued with ultimate wisdom and mercy, and is always for your highest good. Think of a person who is struggling to find a job. They make countless du'as, but nothing seems to materialize. If they consistently incorporate Salah Ala Annabi into their daily routine, and specifically before and after their job-related du'as, they might find that new avenues open up. Perhaps not the job they initially envisioned, but one that leads to greater fulfillment, better growth, or more peace. The acceptance wasn't a direct fulfillment of the exact request, but a more expansive, benevolent response facilitated by the spiritual key of blessings upon the Prophet I. This powerful connection brings a profound sense of reassurance. When you know that your du'as are being uplifted and enhanced by this blessed practice, you approach supplication with greater confidence and less desperation. This certainty in Allah's responsiveness, cultivated through the practice of Salah Ala Annabi, is itself an unseen blessing. It strengthens your faith, diminishes your worries, and allows you to submit to the divine will with contentment, trusting that whatever the outcome, it is ultimately for your best. It truly transforms the act of asking from a hopeful plea into a confident conversation with the one who always hears, always responds, and always provides in the most perfect way. Let's explore the sixth profound keynote. There's angelic attraction. It invites angels to send blessings and make supplication for you. This aspect of sending blessings upon the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, moves into the realm of the truly magnificent and unseen. It speaks to the cosmic reverberations of your simple utterance, drawing benevolent celestial beings into your orbit in a way that profoundly impacts your life. The sacred texts clearly indicate that when a believer sends blessings upon the Prophet Allah immediately responds, and so do his angels. The Prophet himself said, "No one sends greetings upon me, but Allah returns my soul to me so that I may return his greetings." And further, indeed, Allah has angels who roam the earth and convey to me the greetings of my ummah. These narrations, among others, paint a picture of constant, dynamic interaction between the human act of sending blessings and the divine and angelic response. Imagine this. Every time you utter, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, it's as if a signal, a pure, luminous energy radiates from you. This signal doesn't just ascend to the divine, it also attracts the attention of Allah's countless angels, beings created from light, whose sole purpose is obedience and worship. These angels are not just passive observers, they are active agents of divine will and mercy. When angels are attracted to you through your act of sending blessings upon the Prophet they begin to reciprocate. The Prophet said, "Whoever sends blessings upon me once, Allah sends blessings upon him 10 times, and 10 sins are erased from him, and 10 ranks are raised for him." The blessings sent by Allah include his mercy, forgiveness, sustenance, and elevation. But what about the angels? Their blessings and supplications for you are incredibly powerful. Angels, being pure and obedient servants, have immense spiritual power. When they make supplication for you, they are asking Allah to bestow specific good upon you, to forgive your sins, to elevate your status, and to protect you. Think of the purity of their supplications, unblemished by human desires or imperfections. Their prayers for you are direct, sincere, and carry immense weight in the divine court. This is an unseen blessing of unimaginable value. You are not just asking for yourself. You have celestial beings interceding on your behalf. How does this angelic attraction manifest in your life? It often translates into unseen protection. Angels, by Allah's command, can shield you from harm, divert calamities, and protect you from malevolent influences that you may never even be aware of. You might narrowly avoid an accident, or a potential conflict dissolves unexpectedly, or a harmful plot against you simply fails to materialize. These are the subtle, unseen interventions that can be attributed to the angelic supplications on your behalf. Furthermore, angels can inspire goodness, guide you towards righteous actions, and open your heart to wisdom. They can subtly influence events and circumstances to work in your favor. You might receive a sudden intuition, a clear thought that leads you to the right decision, or find yourself in the right place at the right time, meeting the right person. These are the unseen hand of divine arrangement, facilitated by the angelic activity attracted by your devotion. This concept also speaks to the spiritual elevation of your being. To have angels making dua for you means your spiritual standing is being elevated. Your soul is being nourished, your deeds are being magnified, and your connection to the unseen spiritual realm is being strengthened. This is a profound, intrinsic blessing that transcends material gains. It instills a sense of profound peace and confidence, knowing that you are under divine care and angelic protection. The constant sending of blessings upon the Prophet thus becomes a continuous magnet for angelic favor. It's not a transactional exchange, but a natural consequence of aligning yourself with a blessed act that resonates deeply within the spiritual cosmos. The unseen blessings that flow from this angelic attraction are immeasurable, enriching your life with protection, guidance, and spiritual elevation that you might never fully comprehend, yet profoundly experience. Now we arrive at the culminating point, the ultimate sweep of this profound practice. As holistic blessing unfoldment leads to unperceived spiritual, emotional, and worldly benefits. This keynote encapsulates the overarching impact of consistently sending blessings upon the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. It's not about isolated benefits. It's about a comprehensive, integrated transformation that touches every single dimension of your existence, often in ways you neither anticipate nor consciously perceive. We've discussed the specific effects: direct divine alignment, clearing unseen blockages, purifying the heart, alleviating worries, enhancing dua acceptance, and attracting angels. But the true power lies in how these individual threads weave together to create a rich tapestry of blessings that unfolds organically and continuously in your life. This isn't a transactional process where you perform an act and immediately receive a specific predetermined reward. Rather, it's about cultivating a state of being that naturally attracts and manifests goodness across the board. Consider the spiritual benefits. Beyond the purification of the heart and the heightened sense of divine connection, consistent Salah Ala Annabi deepens your faith, Iman, in ways that are often subtle yet profound. You gain a greater appreciation for the Prophet's mission, his character, and his message. This strengthens him and becomes a bedrock of resilience, allowing you to face life's tests with greater patience, sabr, and reliance on Allah's tawakkul. This spiritual fortitude is an unseen blessing that empowers you from within, making you more robust against the trials of life. It's the kind of inner peace that transcends circumstances, a profound sense of purpose and belonging that enriches every moment. Then there are the emotional benefits, which are often the most immediately felt, but also the most difficult to quantify. The constant remembrance and love for the Prophet brings immense tranquility, sakina. This isn't just the absence of worry, it's the presence of deep inner calm. It manifests as contentment, qana'ah, with what you have, reducing the relentless chasing and comparison that so often fuel anxiety. You find yourself less agitated by minor frustrations, more patient with others, and generally more joyful. This emotional stability and positivity become a magnet for harmonious relationships and a more optimistic outlook on life. It's an unseen internal shift that makes you a more pleasant person to be around, improving your interactions and creating a more supportive environment. And finally, the worldly benefits. While Salah Ala Annabi is fundamentally a spiritual act, its positive ripple effects inevitably manifest in your material and practical life. This isn't about guaranteed riches, but about the multiplication of Barakah, blessings in your rizq. You might find that your time becomes more productive, that your resources stretch further, that your efforts yield unexpectedly fruitful results. Opportunities seem to arise more frequently, often through channels you never would have considered. Challenges might resolve themselves in ways you couldn't have orchestrated. Business dealings might be blessed with unexpected ease, or health concerns might find solutions through unforeseen means. It's not always a direct, linear cause and effect that the logical mind can trace, but rather a divinely facilitated unfolding of favorable circumstances. The key to this holistic unfoldment is that these benefits are often unperceived initially. You might not sit down and say, because I said Salah Ala Annabi 100 times today, my car battery didn't die. Instead, you simply notice that your life seems to flow more smoothly, that anxieties diminish, that good things seem to happen without specific effort. It's like the gentle, consistent growth of a plant. You don't see each millimeter of growth, but over time, you witness a profound transformation. This holistic benefit encourages a lifestyle of constant remembrance and gratitude, fostering a deeper connection to the divine in all aspects of your being. It's a continuous virtuous cycle. The more you send blessings, the more your heart is purified, the more peace you feel, the more blessings unfold, and the more reasons you find to be grateful. It culminates in a life lived in harmony with divine will, where blessings, both seen and unseen, become the natural rhythm of your existence.